And I remember driving down the road. Now, mind you, 2018 is when Lincoln was turning 5.
Yeah.
The December before, 2017 December, I'm driving down the road and I felt when the Spirit of the Lord just tugs on your heart and he says, and he just said, hey, remember what I told you? And it was almost like a video reel, like of everything that he had confirmed and everything that he had told me just started reeling into my mind. And I realized, oh, this year he's going to be 5. And 2 months later, we conceived Zuri. And it was just like, my mind was blown because I was like, Lord, you keep your promises. But beyond that, how good of a God that he would speak to me years prior and say, it's going to be okay. I know your heart's desire. I know this, this is a desire of your heart. And this is a desire that he had for me. But let me prep you. Let me tell you, this is going to be the timing. And I'm telling you, it was incredible. I now can say it was incredible. In the moment, it didn't feel incredible. I remember, Jess, we were at the conference and I was like, someone lay hands on me so I can conceive. Come on. I remember that. I mean, you saw me through that struggle. And just to see his word just unfold, just like, I am a God of my word, of my promise, And so it was just incredible. And that year we conceived, and all I could say was, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for every time I doubted you. I'm sorry. I stink right now. Yes. I am failing. I just felt just like, Lord. And like I said in the beginning, things always happen real quick. And this was a season I felt like in his loving kindness said, I'm going to teach you perseverance, Sarah. I'm going to teach you how to push through even when you don't see it.
I remember going home. It was a Thursday. Matter of fact, my mom's birthday of 2013. And I remember we were at her house. We celebrated her. And then we had went home. And I remember just soaking in my own stuff. I remember just going in the bathroom and crying and just like pleading with God, like I don't want this anymore. I want to know who I am. I need to have some type of positive sense of identity. I need something new. I need something refreshing because this person who I am, like, she's no good. Like, she is just raw. She is uncut. Like, I had the abandonment that I felt from my dad in there, the rejection, of things already with the self-hate I even gave myself, of how I used to always say, well, I'm not pretty enough, or I'm dark-skinned. And like hearing from people many of times, like I would say I wasn't one to where they would say John, how they used to John back in the day, and call you names. I wouldn't say that was the thing for me. It was more so on the quote unquote of how I felt like people were so, how can I say, so vindictive with it a little bit, because they used to tell me all the time, like, you're beautiful for a dark-skinned girl, so even that within itself just played like a big part, as in, so I would still be beautiful, or even more beautiful if I wasn't dark-skinned. So at that time and at that point in my life, I'm just like, it is time for a new sense of direction. It is like, God, like, I'm done. What I've been doing even up to this point has not been working clearly. It has not been working clearly. So I'm just going to surrender. And I remember just crying in the most vulnerable, most ugly cry way, like, it had just went there. And too, because I wasn't so saved, by that time, I remember just cussing the enemy. Like, I knew that much, I knew at that point, like, I really allowed the enemy to come in and use me and abuse me and to just destroy any type of hope that I had. And I remember just yelling at him and cussing him. And I'm just remember like, it's no more. It is no more. Like, God, it is you. It is you. This is how we're moving forward. So I did make the transition in that point. And God was just like, no, it is time. It is now. It is not a matter. That's one of the things that came to me at that time. And God had to remind me is that it's not who you are, JoHanna, but it's whose you are.
Yes.
Who do you belong to?
Yeah.
Who do I say, that you are?
I'm happy. I'm working. I lost my job. All of this stuff is happening. It was beautiful. Last year came pandemic. I got closer with God, getting back into a place of understanding. It was beautiful. 2020 was beautiful, right? Boom, meet somebody. I'm like, okay, haven't dated. Let's try this. And this is something that I have not actually publicly spoke out about. So this is hot off the fresh.
Hot off the press.
So I was dating someone and literally, y'all, got ghosted. So can you imagine years of healing, right? Years of building a relationship with my father that was not there, my places of abandonment, dealing with my struggles of who I am, all of this, and then boom.
God, what's his address? God, let me stop.
Holy Spirit was like, okay, what you finna do? And Miss Shamika, who I call her Auntie Meek. So I'm talking to her. She's helping me get through this. And she said, okay, Taylar, so what is the lesson? And I'm like, I'm upset. I'm mad. I want to do all this stuff. And it was like, no. What is God trying to get out of you while you're going through this?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I don't even care. I'm mad with him. I'm mad. But he reminded me of a lot of things, Taylar. You kept asking me to show you. I showed you, but what we do, we ignore the signs. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, well, wait, am I healed from this? Am I not? What's okay. He was like, no, you were, but you allowed yourself to get back in a position to be abandoned. You allowed yourself to get back in the position to be cast aside. So then I had to go back. Okay, God, what was it? He said, you needed this to understand who I was in your life.
Wow.
You needed this to see what I was trying to do in your life. But I never understood the term love is blind until that, legit, because you act upon how you feel. And one thing, if y'all don't take anything, God is not a God that acts on how you feel. He doesn't care if you're mad. He doesn't care. He doesn't act on how I feel. He acts on how I am serving. What is it that I told you to do? Your obedience is far greater than your sacrifice. So are you going to run behind a dead-end relationship? Or are you going to seek my face and understand what I needed you to do and how I needed you to do it and to get up out of a situation, to overcome, to be stronger? I needed that. I needed that reminder that my trauma, your trauma, is not who you are.
I ended up going back to college for my master's. The Lord said, go get your master's. I said, okay, in TESOL, teaching English as a second language. I'm surrounded by all these English people who know everything about English. I literally came home and cried every night. You could ask my husband.
Wow.
I'd say, Lord, I feel stupid. I feel because I'm constantly if there's something I can't do, I'm overly critical, because that's how I developed a way to get it done, to figure it out. It's not the right way, but that's what I did.
Wow.
So in my own works, in my own performance, I'm trying to be good enough. And it's never good enough. I can't compare myself to somebody who took English for 4 years. But you know what? When I stay in my lane and I looked at what I was doing with these young people and teaching them English, God gave me a supernatural ability to do that. Start conversating in 8 weeks. Not everybody can teach that. And I didn't know their language. Sometimes I had Arabic, Chinese, Spanish, French, all in one class. Okay. The Lord will give you everything you need, you want. So all that self-criticism, it ain't doing nothing. Joseph went through it. Think about it. When he told his brothers about his dream, Noah went through it, building an ark. Everybody's looking at him like he's crazy. Listen, Get a word from God and be obedient. Stop criticizing yourself.
Yeah.
Stop it. And the Lord said, you are enough. That's what he told me. And just recently he asked me, he said, Kelly, am I enough? And I bowled my head up because I realized my discontentment, my sadness about my situation is because he wasn't enough. I wanted it from my husband. I wanted it from my friends. Some of us are lonely. Why I'm not good enough to have good friends? Why I always get cheated on? Why? Listen, when I came to the resolve that God was going to be enough, just, you are enough. The criticism stopped. That was the key.